Hello, once again, everyone. We're back, and if you watch this video, you know that we found out what happened. So anyway, huh? What the hell is this? Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands. Huh, I see. Car went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to June Pie. He looked at it and understood. This is Braille. Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small embossed bumps. June Pie could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it. Sorry, guys, I can't read this. June Pie handed the card back to Percy Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk. Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card? I've found it in my pocket. I can only assume it was a message from Zero. From Zero? A message? What does it say? Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Percy Snake and shake the answers from him. Percy Snake raised his hand. Calm down, no need to panic. You don't need to force me, I'll read it. June Pie swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His finger glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke. Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red of the dead and of the bracelet. The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every number, a numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does the detonator detonate? I am afraid this may be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you, and the people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt that by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse or timer for the bomb in your body. There's only one condition which will cause it to detonate. The condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate no matter who you may be with. You will have 81 seconds. Fuck. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified the number at the red must also verify the numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only to pull the lever at his side and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify the number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through the numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds you will be dead. You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. As long as the door is open, the dead will not function. You should do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. Or we amputate our arm. Well, hand, wrist, piece. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship or deactivates that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet. I just came up with one. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode. This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck. Well, you're an asshole still. Zero. Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket. The message had been lengthy, but its meaning was clear. Only those who verified the numbers at the right could pass through the numbered doors. Teams could not increase or decrease their numbers. The Reds, Deads, and Bracelets enforced the rules. They were judge, jury, and executioner. Enter Dread! In defiance of Zero's suggestion, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened, some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bomb inside his body. The thought of it made him queasy. Of course, his stomach felt oddly hollow and his legs were weak. Why had Zero designed such a ludicrous game? Junpei looked over at the others. Well, it's much better than all of Jigsaw's games, I have to say. Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero? They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the other would say. Finally, Santa spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something, you know, like surprise or something? Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once. Yeah, I saw him too. Me too. He was wearing a gas mask. I don't know what that was supposed to be. As stories were sorted out, the truth became clear. All of their stories were the same. They had been abducted at the home at midnight. A person claiming to be Zero had worn a gas mask. There had been a white smoke, and then each person had passed out. When they awoke, they had found themselves on D deck in a room with a 3-level bunk bed. Only seven stories seemed to lack the detail of the others. Oh, me? Oh, yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours. That was all he said. It occurred to Junpei at the time that he sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue. He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger. That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover. For some reason, they had been abducted from the same room and woken up in the same room. Junpei looked at them thoughtfully. So what's the deal with you two? With the two of you, anyway? It was Clover that answered. Clearly she felt she had nothing to hide. We're siblings. I did not expect that. Siblings? Yes. Snake is my older brother. Obviously that means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand? Junpei was taken aback. The others seemed just as surprised. She is correct, of course. Okay, I probably shouldn't talk with him with a British accent, but still, I'm gonna do it for crying out loud. She is correct, of course. He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder. Are you surprised? Well, yeah, but... Oh, wait. Well, yeah, but... Why? Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance. Percy Snake pointed at Junpei and June. Oh, you mean between Junpei and me? Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you? You went to school together? Yeah. June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention. Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible. Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way? Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff. Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell? Ring a bell? Ring a bell? And looked at one another, and like it was staged, they both tilted their necks at the same time. Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multi-millionaire. A millionaire? Son. Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich. Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Zero is most likely simply the representative of a larger group. What sort of organization? Could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment. That is why they blew up someone. Like, this asshole right there just pretty much sums up the entire thing. Right there, like that one line. If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on, a guy's dead. Yeah, flashback to the blood. The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again. I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's got to be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues. Even with the specter of death hanging over them. Their discussion continued for some time. In the end, however, they learned nothing. Ah, crap, we just wasted... Oh, crap, we just wasted half an hour. By the time they finished, 1.5 hours... 1.5 of their 9 hours were gone. All they had to show for it was impatience. Man, look, we only got 7.5 hours left, okay? You're really sure you want to just sit around? No one was willing to argue this time. Very well, then. There's only one way for us to proceed. Sure, not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump. Well, it was stupid to just sit around here doing nothing. Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works. Correct, and so long as we follow the rules, we should, we will most likely be alright. But what? Who's gonna go in which door? June looked toward the numbered doors. Oh yeah, that's right. Can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All the 8 of us can't go in the same door. Then it would seem we will have to split up. Wait! Lotus looked terrified. I'm telling you now, there's no way in hell that I'm going into door 5. Come now, don't be selfish. Tell me whatever you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all the blood, then I'd rather stay here. And we're doing so well. He shook his head sadly. Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5. Oh, Santa, not you too. Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over them, you got another thing coming. That's not even... I don't even think that's proper English. That was the last straw. What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah, so... Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5. Oh, God. There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke. Fine, I'll go into door 5. But I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me? There was another long silence. This time, Prissy Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry, you'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later. Yeah, the afterlife. How do you know that? Because I do. That's not an answer. If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5. What am I going to do with you? There's nothing you have to do. Okay, I'm going to end the video here because this is going too long. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Get ready to watch the next video. Goodbye, everybody.